Well, hello moms. In today's video, I'm going to talk about some of the great attributes and the qualities of the great moms that I've had a chance to work with over the last 20 years. I'm going to use my own mom as some references as well. So if you're interested in hearing some of the common denominators among the greatest baseball moms out there, that's what's coming up in this video.
And now, the most trusted name in all of youth sports, here's Coach Mark.
Hey there, it's Coach Mark, and welcome to today's talk. You know, this one may be hard for me to get through without getting a little emotional because I'm going to be talking about baseball moms. And of course, I'm going to relate that to my baseball mom, my mom, who happens to be turning 99 today in heaven. We lost her when she was 88, and I have to tell you, she was an amazing mom. I'm not going to say she was the best mom because everybody says that, right? And she was the best mom for me. But when I look back over my baseball career as a young player, I can think about things that she did and ways that she handled certain circumstances that really helped me as a young baseball player. So that's the point of today's video. If you're a mom watching this, I commend you. You're open-minded to learning more. You know, we all should be learning every single day, and today's video is all about learning. What can you do as a mom to really help your son be the best he can possibly be? Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I can tell you about my mom was she was not a baseball mom per se. I don't think she knew a lot about the game. I don't think she cared to know a lot about the game, and that was perfectly fine with me. I didn't need my mom to be my coach. So if you want to take notes today, there's probably one of the first things that I would tell you to write down, that you don't need to be your son's coach. He has a coach. In fact, I've seen some moms try to insert themselves as a coach, try to impart a lot of baseball knowledge, and I don't know. I just don't think it lands that well. I never had to deal with that, but I've seen some players where they have moms that are trying to be the coach, and most of the time it doesn't go well. That's not really the role we as young players need from our moms. But let me tell you one thing that she absolutely was. She was incredibly encouraging. She was so encouraging. She made me feel like I could conquer the world. She gave me so much confidence. There was never something that I told her that I wanted to do that she didn't encourage me to do it. Now, I'm going to touch on this a little bit later in the video of how sometimes as a mom, you can be kind of frightened for your son to do something, but you don't want to hold him back. And I'll give you a couple examples of that in this video. But the first thing is very encouraging, very positive about everything. That's just the way she was. I know it doesn't come easy for some people, but I look back over my career, even to this day, I still feel like I can accomplish anything I want. I hear her voice telling me that I can. That's a pretty special gift that she gave me. The next thing I would tell you about my mom is that she was an optimist. She was truly, the glass is half full. Everything was going to be fine. Everything was going to be okay. Everything was going to work out. It's just how she was wired. So guess how I am as an adult. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out just fine. We have to just let it play out. We don't want to get all stressed about it. We don't want to get all worried about it. We don't want to get all frantic about it. See, I never had to deal with any of those emotions because my mom didn't give them to me. Why am I bringing that up? Because in the baseball journey, sometimes moms can really get frantic and stressed and overwhelmed about this stuff. And that just makes it harder to play this game of baseball. So as a mom, I would tell you, try to relax and enjoy the journey versus worry and stress about every step of the way. I will tell you, it will work out. Another thing I can tell you about my mom is she was incredibly supportive. Supportive, meaning she didn't fight me on ideas. She just kind of let me be who I was, and maybe she thought some of them were crazy and stupid, but I never sensed that. She was supportive. I'll give you an example of what I mean. When I was a junior in high school, I got recruited by a school in Macon, Georgia. Now, I'm from Pennsylvania, okay? Now, you can maybe imagine as a mom what this feels like when your boy is considering moving 800 miles away to the deep south, okay, from Pennsylvania. And you can imagine there's probably some fear and trepidation about that. And my mom told me later that she had some opinions of what it was going to be like for me in the deep south. I would say she was fearful in some ways as she explained it to me, but I never sensed that. All I sensed was excitement and support for this dream of playing Division I baseball in the deep south, because that is what I wanted. I got the opportunity, and my mom supported that. It's not always easy to do, especially when we think we know better than our son knows, but I think back and my mom let me make that decision, and it turned out great. I went to a school, Mercer University in Macon, Georgia. I played at Division I baseball. I started all 4 years. I have lifelong friends, so her allowing that or encouraging that, not squelching that, not trying to make the decision for me was a really big deal. I'll give you one more example of a crazy thing that I did, and she showed her support. Early in my professional career, not baseball, my business career, I got an opportunity in Germany to start a business. And I remember going to my mom and saying, "You're not going to believe it, but I got an opportunity in Germany to start a business." And I can tell initially that's a little scary. Her initial reaction wasn't, "Oh no, you can't do that." It was more like, "Whoa, that's a big move." And I said, "Yeah, I'm excited. I want to do it." And guess what she did? She supported that. Now, if you're a mom, your son moving not 800 miles away, but thousands of miles away to a foreign country, starting a business he knows nothing about, probably a little scary, right? In spite of all that, she was very supportive. I quit my job. I moved to Germany. I lived over there for 3 years. I learned to speak the language, and I built a very successful business in Germany. And it was just an amazing experience. And I think back, she encouraged that and she supported that. So another great attribute of my mom. Okay, I touched on this one a little earlier, but I'm going to hammer it home now. Calm, peaceful, easy. Now I know, again, that comes more naturally to some people. Their personalities are just wired to be calm and peaceful and relaxed and kind of chill and let things happen. Not everybody's like that. I get that. But my message today in this video is to try to be as much like that as you can, because you're trying to help your young baseball player, and being stressed and being panicked and being uptight makes this game so much harder. In fact, as a player, you cannot play this game stressed and uptight and worried and, just hanging on every at bat and every swing like it matters so much. I mean, my mom came to my games occasionally, not that much. It wasn't that I didn't think she cared. She was raising a family. We had 6 kids. And so she had other obligations. There was no expectation or obligation on her part to come watch me play. But when she did, I think she sat up there and talked to her girlfriends. And I remember talking to her after the game. She'd say something like, who won? Or, I think you did pretty well. I'm like, you must not have been watching that game because I did lousy. So my point is, she wasn't hanging on everything, and therefore I wasn't either. I had an enjoyable experience coming through the younger ages. And I would say this is very important for moms to understand. Let this happen naturally. Be relaxed, be calm, and your son is going to be like that as a result of you being like that, and it's going to help his performance. Now, let me transition away from my mom and talk about some of the moms that I've had to work with, the pleasure of working with over the years running one of the top travel programs in the country. First thing is, I respect moms very much. I believe they contribute as much, if not more, to their son's development in baseball than their dads do. I know the roles are very, very different, but the moms, especially if you listen to these attributes that I'm talking about, you can dramatically help your son be a better baseball player by utilizing these attributes that I'm talking about. And as I look back over the 20 years of running one of the top travel programs, I would tell you that almost every mom that I've had the pleasure of working with that I would put in the category of an elite level mom, a mom that really got it, they were pretty much all this way. Okay, now I'm not trying to make you feel bad if you're not this way. What I'm trying to do today is just encourage you to pay attention to these things, because they're not just things. They're actually things that you can be doing to help or hurt your son's performance and his career in baseball. So there are times that people do get stressed out, and I won't say I enjoyed it, but I took the responsibility of helping not just moms, dads too, but a lot of times the moms were getting frantic. And I'll share a story with you of one of them. And I don't think she would mind me mentioning her name. Her name was Mandy Ronan, and she had a super talented son named Mason Ronan. And Mason was a left-handed pitcher. And coming up, I could clearly see that this kid had God-given ability. He looked like a big leaguer to me. He just had the it factor, really good-looking kid, amazing arm action, athletic, just total package, very charismatic, dynamic kid. But when he got on the mound, we were all just hoping that he could hit the catcher. He did not have good control, okay? He really struggled with command, and he had some of the most, I would say my son and him are neck and neck for the most brutal outings as pitchers that I've ever seen. So I could kind of relate, because my son was older than him, of just horrible outings, because my son was a side armor and he just struggled throwing strikes. Well, Mason struggled throwing strikes too. I can remember one time specifically, we were at Virginia Tech, and Mason went out there as the starting pitcher, and he did what he did a lot of times. He walked the bases loaded, threw a couple to the backstop, hit a couple guys, and we had to take him out of the game in the first inning. Okay, after it was 7-0 without an out. It was just a bad outing, but we kind of let him out there probably a lot longer than he wanted to be out there at times. But his mom was frantic. I can remember we were at Virginia Tech and she was crying and she was saying, let's just stop this. This is insanity. This is not fun. This is not worth it. What are we doing? I mean, she's about ready to jump off the cliff. And we talked her back off the cliff. And what we were saying was, your son is going to be amazing. We just have to give this time. We have to be supportive of him. We have to be encouraging of him. We have to give him confidence. We cannot let him think that we don't believe in him. And, it was a pretty good talk. And to her credit, she absolutely made adjustments. And, he had a lot more lousy outings as we went through the process. Well, guess what he's doing now? Yes, he's pitching professionally. He's on his way to the big leagues. He is an amazing kid. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, but I think it's because we let him fail his way to professional baseball, and his mom made adjustments along the way. I can't say for sure, but I'm going to tell you, if she wouldn't have made the adjustments that she made, Could I imagine that he would have maybe not wanted to continue, maybe got discouraged and quit? Yeah, that happens. Where kids see their parents kind of down on them, not supporting them, not, being real judgmental, being critical all the time, and stressed out about this. No kid wants to put that on his parents, and kids just call it a day. So I'm glad Mason didn't, because I can't wait to go see him pitch in the big league someday. And hey, if he doesn't make it, he's had an amazing career anyway. But I'm just saying, I thought at 13 he looked like a big leaguer, and there he is. He's pitching professionally now. So hats off to Mandy Ronan. And of course, Mason's dad, he did a great job of dealing with all that adversity all the way as well. So I love to tell these stories because they're real stories. So I'm going to wrap this up today. I hope you understand what I'm trying to do with these videos. I'm sharing information to help you get through the journey, not just get through it, flourish and excel through the journey. And while I'm on that concept, I have over 100 different videos that I have tagged to do. In other words, I got a long list of videos that I haven't done yet. So there is so much information coming your way. And I want to be that trusted source for you. I want to give you the information that you can believe in and that you can trust and that you can really get better with, okay? So I hope you keep coming back for the videos, and I hope you share the videos with other people. That, if you want to thank me, that's really the way to thank me. Share this with other people so we can impact them in a positive way also. All right? So that'll wrap it up for today. As always, God bless. Moms, dads, Coach Mark here. Did you know that there was more help available to you? It's true. Now, we love doing our YouTube videos. We're going to continue to do them. And please, by the way, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit some comments, get engaged with us. That helps build our YouTube channel so we can continue providing this free content. But in addition to that, you may not know about the Ambassadors Group. That is the consulting company that I formed specifically to get intimately involved with certain families, players, to help them all the way through the journey of youth sports. We're starting with kids as early as 10 and 11 years old. Now, I know all the haters out there are going to say, what are you doing with 10-year-olds? You know what? We're preparing these kids for the journey ahead. There's a big journey coming, and those that are prepared for it are going to do fine. Those that are unaware of what it's all about are going to really struggle in today's uber competitive environment. And parents, there's no guidebook of how to do this. Youth sports is a phenomenon. When I was a kid, there was no parent involvement. But now, as you know, you're very involved. So we're helping guide parents through this journey. There's a lot of things coming your way. If you have help, they can go smoothly, but if you don't and you wing it on your own, it can be a disaster, okay? I can't get into all the details now, but trust me, in 20 years, I've seen a lot of people blow it because they just didn't know what they were doing, okay? Not trying to fearmonger you. I'm trying to help you understand it's hard to get to the next level. 97% of high school players will never play Division I baseball. 93% will never play any college baseball. Those are the stats, okay? Pretty sobering. But here's another stat for you. Nearly 100% of our clients are moving on to the next level. And you might say, how is that possible? Here's how. We are very selective with who we choose to work with, okay? We're also very specific on what needs to happen. We have a game plan. We execute the plan. We make adjustments along the way because there are things that happen that we can't foresee. We're good at making adjustments. And then when the time comes, we have a database full of college coaches that are supporting us. Because think about it, if you're a college coach, wouldn't you love a program that is actually grooming kids with integrity, with commitment, with goal setting, with attitude, with respect, with community outreach, being a great teammate? I mean, I could go on and on of the things that we're doing with our clients to help prepare them for these guys at the next level. So, if that sounds interesting to you, here's what you need to do. Fill out the little form down below. answer a couple simple questions, and if we think you qualify, we're going to get back in touch with you. We're going to set up a private consultation just for you, and we'll talk about your son. We'll talk about the plan that he could have, and we'll find out if this makes sense that we work together. That's the Ambassadors Group. So I hope to talk to you soon.